So here we go. How can law firms and all of us as women cultivate a realistic work-life balance? And we ought to have some discussion around what that means, right? Because I know that means a lot of different things to different people.
I can kick it off, Donna.
Thank you, Jenna.
I don't know if I read this. I'm sure I didn't make it up, or someone told me earlier in my career, and I remember telling it to you when you came back from leave with Abby. For me personally, I feel like the balance is not that I'm always going to be 100% at work and I'm going to be 100% at home. And so recognizing that sometimes I'm going to be a better employee and maybe not so great of a mom or a wife or a friend or a whatever you want to call it. And then other days I'm going to be really awesome at those things, and that there's really only 100% of my time and I can't give it to everything equally. And so as long as I try to balance those things of not always being good at just one and neglecting the other, that's kind of the best that I've found. And so I remember when Liz came back, and it's hard when you come back, like you're trying to figure out childcare and you're trying to figure out like all of the things and missing your baby and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, right now, you don't need to be 100% the best talent acquisition manager in the whole wide world. Like right now, you've got other things going on. It's a balance. You know what I mean? So,
have you guys heard the blast fall theory?
No.
I can't remember. I don't remember who came up with it. It's not my original idea. I'm going to put that out there. But it was basically this idea that you have all these balls in the air all the time, but they're not work and family. They are, I have this agreement. I need to get back to the client by end of day tomorrow. I have my daughter's field trip that I'm, chaperoning on Friday. I have my daughter's an orthodontist appointment. She's going to all of these different things are in the air all the time. Some of them are rubber. If you drop them, they will bounce. It's not that big of a deal. But other ones are glass and they will shatter if you drop them. And so every day is a matter of figuring out, what balls do I have in the air? Which ones are glass? Which ones are okay if I drop them and they bounce back tomorrow? And which ones are not? Mm-hmm. And then it's a matter of, occasionally you're going to have 2 glass balls in the air. One of them's going to drop. But, it's always a matter of figuring out. It's not just, how do I balance work and life? It's all of the little things that make up work and all of the little things that make up life, and which is okay to, let go or wait till tomorrow and which cannot.
I think it's important too to remember that work-life balance today is going to look different 2 years from now and look different from 2 years ago or 4 years ago. And being willing to go, what worked before isn't going to continue working for me. I used to be able to work until 8:00 at night, and that was totally fine. I could stay at the office and that was okay. But now I prefer to be able to go home earlier, be able to have dinner with my family. And then if I need to get back online or finish a deal later at night, it's not a big deal. I'll just wait till my kid's in bed. Yeah. As opposed to, before I was married and before my stepdaughter lived with me, at that point, it didn't matter when I was working. Yeah. I could come in late, I could stay late, I could work all weekends, and it had no impact on anyone else. And you have to be willing to accept that and go, okay, I need to make an adjustment. And explain that to the other people that you're working with. What worked for the last 10 years that you've been working with me, sorry, not going to work right now. Yeah. Things have to change.
As someone who started her career in-house and then went into the public sector and then spent the last, I don't know how many years with law firms, one of the big advantages, and I'm the oldest person in this room, working for a law firm was even before this whole work-life balance thing was a thing, I could leave the office at 3:00 with my technology, which at the time was a BlackBerry, right? I could leave the office at 3:00 and go watch my son's junior high basketball game. Assuming that I didn't have some mandatory client thing. And that's, I think, an advantage that's even enhanced now that, you can schedule sometimes, not always, you can schedule around things that are occurring during the business day to go do things with family or for yourself in a way that I don't think you could do 20 years ago, maybe.
Even 5 years ago.
Or
I was at a different firm 5 years ago, but it was a lot harder there. And then to just say, I'm going to take 2 hours out of my day to do this.
And it took a lot of courage to do it. Like I used to
Yeah.
go, I got to
Yeah,
step out of the
absolutely.
office and I hope nobody sees me. Or
Yeah.
even though I
Yeah.
knew I wouldn't, it was fine. It's just great to have that luxury. I
Right.
think.
And now saying I am going to go home and I'm going to do something with my kid, or I have a doctor's appointment, instead of being like, I have a client meeting and then like awkwardly trying to
Right.
leave.
And
And
then-
you're like, I don't have a client meeting. I'm going to school. So yeah, having that freedom to just make it, this is what I'm doing. And I'll go home and I'll work later, or I'll pull, add a couple hours this weekend.